So ladies and gentlemen, are you eager to find out how many HTML input we have, or you want to find top most important useful one? In this video, we will talk about top most useful HTML input design for web forms. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. So without further ado, let's get started into the Visual Studio to show you how it is. And so now, as you can see here right now, I have an index.html and style.css. I have a title, beautiful input types. As you can see here, there's a form, then I have a h2, and I have about 11 HTML inputs. There is a password input for password, number, and what about it. And there is a CSS for styling all of these. So right now, I'm going to create it from the scratch, step by step, easy to understand, and you can do it to create all of these inputs. We have a color, password, checkbox, and also we have what we call it a search input, and also we have date input, time input. As you can see here, you can pick a date, and also we have a search. For example, you can find a Google search, and also we have file input where you can upload a file. Then we have a range input, and also we have a button input that have a submit type. Look at this carefully. So we're going to create the HTML first, and also we style them using CSS to make them awesome. As you can see here, I just tap on the range. Look at this carefully. That's a submit button. That is the last one. So without further ado, I'm going to start it from the scratch. As you can see here, I have tested on different browser. Here it is using Microsoft Edge. Look at this carefully. And also I test it on Chrome. Let me go there to show you how it will be in the Chrome. Look at the Chrome browser. As you can see it here, input text for what about it. So download the source code in the description. Link will be there to download all the source code. So initially, I'm going to create a new project by opening a new Windows. Then I'll create my own boilerplate. As you can see here, HTML and CSS. So you can create your own. As you can see here, I link title, link tag for style, and a body. In the body, I add a h1 for testing. And as you can see here, I import, let me say CSS in a Google form. I use poopins. So in the body, I add a form tag, then I add a h2 beautiful input. It will be my heading. Then I create my post input with a type test with a placeholder enter your test, for example, as you can see it here. Then I copy it and I paste it 3 times. Then I replace the entire test to enter your number and enter your password, as you can see it right now. So look at this carefully. Right now I have a 3 inputs. Then I will add a div. For example, I want to add a div for checkbox. So instead of putting only checkbox input, I will add a div and wrap it with a label and input, because I want to display them in a vertical stack. Let me say in a horizontal stack by applying the display plex. Then another one for input for color, for example, input type for color. Then I'll add a label for it and I'll add an ID for it. As you can see it here, label for what? Let me say a value. I will add a little value to it in order to show in the color, the default color to be shown in the input type. As you can see here, a little background pink purple. Then another input with a time, and then I will copy it at least 6 to 5 times. Then input with the type of date, input the type of search for searching, and input the type and a placeholder. In the search, I placeholder, for example, search here. Then there is an input of the type of file if you want to upload a file, then a range. Then and the last one, that is the submit button, as you can see it here with the value of submit. So this is basically the basic HTML structure we're going to find, and the only difference is that 2 of them have a default value, have a label, and there is a department. So when it comes to my CSS, I add a global style, margin 0, padding 0, box sizing, border box, and fonts permitted to be poopins. I use Google Fonts. As you can see it here, I embedded some from I embedded just at the top, and then I will start styling the body. Background color to be the one I like. Let me say a dark purple color. Then display plex to occupy content center, align item center. Height is 100 bit height. I want this to be responsive. And then the next one is form, style of the form itself. I'll add a background to form, as you can see it right now. Then the next one is padding 15 pixels on the 5 top and left right, and border radius a little bit. Then box sizing to be border box, or let me say box shadow. I want the shadow to be like that reflection. Then the next one is width. I will give it 300 pixel. Then we'll go to the inputs. We'll start styling the inputs. As you can see here, inputs display plex white 100%, then margin 9 and 0, then padding 9 pixel, then we give it a little border none, outline none. It's very important because we want to make it our SN and modern UI design. Then there is a background color. I will provide a split background color for that. Then color, I will provide white color. Then font size to be a font 18 pixel. Transition, I will add a little transition and animation for that. Then we have input with a type. We are going to target attribute selector. We're going to use attribute selector. Input with the type text, comma. Then we copy them. For example, input with the type. We're going to tag all of the inputs by changing a little bit. Input with the type of password. Input with the type of number, date, search, or almost all of them except the button and range. Okay, except the button and the one I haven't mentioned. So I'll give it a border, for example, to be a looking good border, 1 pixel solid and a little color of the border. As you can see here, it appears. Then the next one is we're going to target the color pick. Let me see, before we do that, we have to add a hover effect and focus effect on the input. So input on hover and input on focus. When you focus on the input, we add a little background purple color, little border color for that, in order to show the input was focus or was in hover, in focus or in hover. As you can see here, border 1 pixel solid, a color, then background color to be. So when you hover it or you focus on the input, it will show a color for that border. Then border radius, let me add it is 5 pixel. It will be rounded and then 5 pixel. So then the next one is input the type of checkbox. Okay, we're going to style our checkbox as you can see it here. We give it a weight to be auto and heights to be auto again, then margin right to be 10 pixel, then accent color to be, it's supposed to be dark purple. Let me edit this, and cursor pointer. So as you can see here, the color to be accent color to be purple. When we tap on checkbox, it will be changed, the color will be changed. And again we go into input with type of checkbox plus label. So we want to style our label when checkbox is clicked. As you can see here, our label is going to be purple color, that purple color when you click on the checkbox. So the div I created, checkbox container, I'm going to style it by adjusting the display property, display plex, justify content center, align item, and a little margin bottom. Look at this carefully. So as you can see it here. So then I'm going to add, let me see, the level of, okay, the h2. I forgot to style the h2 color. So I target the h2 element, text align center, and the color to be that purple and margin a little bit. Then checkbox, we're going to target our level. So checkbox container the level element. Then we add a font size to it, then a color for that to be white in order to see it, as you can see it here. Then we go into the next one, that is color picker. So we tag the class color picker, then we add a little position to be absolute, display block is supposed to be relative, then whites 100, then text align to be left, then color to be a little purple color, and I like this purple color. Then margin button to be 15 pixels. Then the next one is font size to be 15 pixels. Okay, then if you go into the input with the type of color, for example, then we add a little style to height to be 100 pixels. I want that color to be a little height and width. Then padding 0, then border to be none. I don't want that border, and outline, I don't want that outline. Then background color, and then it's that kind of beautiful color. Then overflow to be hiding, and as you can see here, I don't cursor pointer for pointing when you go over it, when we cursor our mouse over it. And then the next one is we're gonna style is then I think I have to change something right now. Border radius to 15 pixels. It have to be a cup border radius, as you can see it here. So I will delete it or I will add it. I will just adjust it, as you can see it here right now. So almost we finish. But let me go and target another one. Input the type of color. When we're gonna change that WebKit color watch, and also we're gonna change the border to be none. Okay, for example, we want to apply that color because it's not easy. As you can see right now, the border is applying. Initially the border is not yet applied, but when we use WebKit color swatch, WebKit color swatch wrap, we add a little padding to it in order to make sure that the border is showing, as you can see it right now. So then we target our next input, that is input the type of color, and then WebKit calendar. Okay, I have to start. Okay, we will target the input with the type of time and date. So what I want this, even though I have a problem with that, I just want to change the color of that from the black to white, but I try my best. I think the code is not working right now for now, but I think it will be working. You can check the source code link in the description. I provide a solution for that. I add a filter to invert 100% and it says show me black, which I will be editing it later on, just in this video. Then next one is we will target another element input with the type of both submit. That is our button, the last one. Then we give it a color to be white, as you can see it here, font size to be bold, then cursor to be pointer when we hover over it. Then we have a little animation and transition background 30 seconds, 0.30 seconds. Then and hover, when we hover it, we want to add a linear background color to that in order to make it appear looking beautiful in 90 degree. As you can see here, two color, the purple and the pink color. That is one I like. Look at this carefully. A little bit if I hover it, as you can see it here. But before, let me go there to add a background color to the input that I submit itself, and add a change to flip the color when we hover it from 90 degree. As you can see here, it's looking beautiful, interesting, but yeah, that's good. So don't forget to subscribe and also turn on the notification bell so that by the time we release the video, you'll be the first one to get on this. So the color picker, I change it to position related in order to make it awesome, as you can see here. Before I use absolute, so you should make it relative color picker. That's it. So for now, we almost finished the entire structure of the HTML and CSS, and the form is get ready to go, as you can see it here. But there is something I want to change. As you can see it here, let me go into my HTML. This filter is supposed to be white, but it says show me black. I don't know why. I will show you the link. You can check it to check it why. So input with the type of password. I should write it password instead of text. As you can see right now, I can enter the password only. I can enter the number. I can enter the remember it has a checkbox, and our input button is working well. Everything is ready to go. Range, date, time, checkbox, search, color, every input is working well, and this is actually how you can design it. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.